the ball rolling. So I will pass it on to Monique.
Same. Mostly dev-related issues, and I'm supposed to help you on product, so count on me. For the epic of the multiple QF round, or for this specific thing, or the new group that I joined, I'm just want to know that how can I help and be in the loop for issues and sprint plan. And I pass it to Mohammed.
Hey, Moni, thank you. Hey, everyone. I'm just here for sync up and staying in the loop, and that's it. I pass it to Mitch.
Hey, I just want to listen in, hear the status on Lauren's season proposals, and about the QF round, QF Christmas round. And that's it. I'll pass it to Miriam.
Thank you, Mitch. Hello, everyone. My intention for this call is to sync up and to know about the priority of the current QF issues, and to know about the project that I have recently been added by Karate. And that's it. I pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Mary Jeff. I'm just here to stream the call and get synced with everything about QF, this given season QF and the Polygon round, and yeah, just missing the QF call. It hasn't been on for a while, and just to hang out with the coolest people in Giveth, which is you. And I'll pass it over to Griff.
Yeah, baby, it's giving season. I'm just here to like celebrate that this is happening and be as helpful as I can. Love the giver move, and just like celebrate that we're finally doing an epic Christmas round, which I've always wanted for Giveth. We've never done it before, and we're finally doing it. Yeah, and distractions, I'm going to be doing retro PGF things. I'm not as organized as Mitch. I'll pass it to Monique. Did you go?
One went.
Oh, okay. Pass it to you, Lauren.
It's me. Thanks, Griff. Yeah, man, congrats to Mitch for submitting his ballot with 81% of all the projects like days early. I just want to say that. Mitch, you're so amazing. I don't know what you do.
Stone cold pairwise grinding. Stone cold.
Which tool? Which
use
tool
pairwise.
using?
Of course.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, which tool? No, I can't hear.
I shilled it. I shilled it on Twitter. I shilled it in the badge holder chat. I was like, you know, sometimes I begrudgingly give Griff points, but like that was like fair. I'm like, pairwise is great, you know.
Pairwise is
I'm not
great.
even shilling. I'm just like, guys.
That was
you know?
authentic?
Yeah, I was like, because I don't know if this is the place to go on a rant, but like when you have this list and it's 600 projects, you're like, okay, how do I start? You know? And these people are wasting hours making a rubric and then hours using the rubric to like one project where it's just like, I just click and I start. I just start evaluating and reviewing. And it's like, I can just process chunks of 20 or 30 without feeling overwhelmed. And next thing you know, I did 500 and whatever projects, you know?
Amazing.
I think it's a success story that we have to record and publish somewhere. So maybe Anna Maria can have a interview with you.
The thing is, if only people really knew Mitch. If only people are like, Mitch, he only says what he means and is snarky about everything and always complains even to his own team's products. Like, then they would really take this seriously. But I think from the outside perspective, we're like, yeah, Mitch works for General Magic, blah, blah. But it's like, no, Mitch hates everything.
No, nobody gets any free points from me. So it's like, that's real, you know?
Those are real points. Okay. Well, praise you, Mitch. Karate just showed up to the call, and actually, I just asked her to join this call because there's like, and because basically I want Griff's attention, Karate's attention, Miriam, and Monique, and basically this is about like that quadratic force master doc thing, and you know, it's like kind of just becoming like a strange beast to me where it was like, I just made this doc that I thought would be easy to distribute to sponsors. And then Griff, you were like, let's get this on Giveth so that it's like hosted live so that it's always kind of like updated. And then Jake made an issue, then he involved Craddy, and now there's like a bunch of devs involved that are asking about user journeys and stuff. And I'm like, does this need all this complicated stuff? And Griff, what are really the needs here? And maybe you can just kind of like clarify what exactly that you had in mind, and I can try to help shape that and like, you know, onboard everybody to the idea. But I thought it was really simple. Like, here's a PDF, let's just make it hosted on our site, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that it has to be harder than giveth.io/deck. Go to giveth.io/deck and there's like PowerPoint presentation basically. And that's it. It's just a link for the PDF. No user journey, all static pages.
I want to confirm this is for forever, or is this for the short time? The PDF is for the short time, right?
We'll need to be able to update it once in a while, but we don't need anything complicated. We should be able to just say, hey, here's the new PDF. Devs, do something,
Okay.
you know, and then
Got it. Got it. So yeah, I think thanks for clarifying it. It seemed like these are 6 different pages that we need to put in static information, and you know, that's why I involved the front-end devs. If it's just a PDF forever, I think it should be pretty easy. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks, Griff. Thanks, Craddy. Craddy, if you want to jump out, I think that's the main thing I wanted to pull you in for, but you're very welcome to stay as well. And good. Okay, cool. So then let's just kind of go back to our regular scheduled programming. I wanted to basically just fill everybody in on the upcoming QF round that we've got for the holiday season. I just announced it. I mean, Ahmed made a great tweet thread. I edited it 2 hours ago, and then I just posted it because I was like, yeah, let's get this round out. So people are starting to use their givers already to nominate projects. Mitch helped to create this awesome project nomination form. So it's like, if you're following along in the notes, like you can even fill it out and submit a project if you wanted to. But all the information is there. And basically, it will be a $25,000 round. Oh, sorry, is there a question? No? Okay, just I guess you unmuted and then I heard my own voice echo. $25,000 round. Matching funds will be on Optimism. They'll either be in DAI or USD Glow if USD Glow can end up getting enough liquidity before the round goes through. Because it'd be nice to have that publicity as well. They're going to be one of the sponsors. So right now, there's like an outreach fundraising effort going on with Griff and Breechies and Jake to try to get some more sponsors for the round. But we do have enough funds in donation.eth as it is, so we can kind of be like, thanks, Octant. And like, I don't know if there's any ones that were like also spanning more than one round, but yeah. So $25,000 on Optimism. Only donations on Optimism are going to be eligible for the round. So we can kind of set that similar to how we did on the last round. 125-ish projects. I do want to decrease the matching cap, and I think that's something that we actually need to do in like our backend. I want to decrease the matching cap slightly to 18%, just because some projects were complaining last time that like the first top projects cleaned up a lot, so we can kind of bring it down $500 and distribute a little more. So yeah, I'll just write that matching cap 18%. It will run from December 19th to January 2nd. And yeah, and then the super fun part is basically that the projects can only be included if they are nominated by someone who holds a giver through the nomination form. They also need to be verified and have an Optimism recipient address. Yeah, so those are all of the details on the round. There's honestly not a lot from like a development standpoint that I think we really need to do for this round. I'm gonna get some support from Ashley, and maybe I could loop Miriam in if it's needed at some point, just to create the round and manage it in Admin Bro and like add projects and stuff. But I'm pretty sure Ashley will be able to handle that all. So the only thing that I think that we really need to do on the development side is like change the matching cap, because I think that's like a weird hacky thing we have to do in the back end. Is that true, Mohammed? Because it affects like the estimated matching numbers. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, I should see the code to see what happens exactly with the matching cap.
Okay, cool. So I'll just create an issue for that.
Yeah, I think the latest things was that the front end hard coded it, and it's supposed that you send it from the back end to the front end. And so it's going to be a parameter for each round, and there's the issue there. I hope you remember.
Yeah, I remember something, but yeah, you are right. I think it's something like that, but I will
Yeah.
put the process.
Is it this improve estimated matching again? Yeah. I think this is hard coded in the front end, right?
And
Yeah.
we calculate it in the formula, but and we have in both the front end and back end.
It's hard coded in the front end and back end though, right? Something.
I'm not sure, I think.
Okay, how about I just tag you?
I think the improve issue is different with the one that you're talking. Sorry, my internet connection is
Is
back.
it really? I mean, this is like estimating matching cap. We should show in the UI estimated matching. No, this is, I mean, this was the issue. I'm pretty sure what we did is just we did a hacky thing in the front end so that it never shows over 5,000, but or ever over 20% of the matching pool. But I don't think that it's actually like really that accurate. But that's fine. I mean, honestly, that's fine. And I don't really think that like we need to take our backend resources away from other things in order to just like make this happen right now. And like maybe we can just change 20% to 18% wherever it's hard coded. Yeah. So I'm just going to create a new issue for that. So change matching cap from 20% to 18% for our holiday queue up front. And then I'm just gonna like assign you Mohammed, or I guess it's like a front end and a back end, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please assign me and Cherry.
Yeah.
We
I'm
will talk
assigning
about
you
it.
both. So great. And then yeah, great. So like I think that's pretty much, you will probably have to change it again then later in the same way for our next Polygon round. And this might be something we have to monkey around with a bunch until we like scale it better. But I think easiest way right now is just change the number. Great. Cool. Great.
Yes. How quick can that be changed?
If it's just a changing number, it can be done in after the call.
Minutes.
It's urgent?
No.
Yeah.
It's not urgent because we're not going to run the round until the round will start. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was thinking it was a different number. I thought it was the stats.giveth.io.
No, that's done. That's done.
That's
Mohammed,
done. That's done yesterday. Yes, yeah, last night.
I know. I mean, I found some like weird buggy things about it, but like it shows on the stats dashboard perfectly for retro PGF, which was like our urgent thing. But there's like some improvements we can make from a user experience perspective that create an issue. We'll get to it, but great. Yeah. I mean, Mohammed is a hero. He like really cranked that out. And just like, I know you have a million DMs, Griff, but we were all celebrating in the chat. Okay. Cool. Great. And then the only other thing that is going to come up, I think, for this round is just like we'll need to update the banner for the QF round, like to the new one, basically. So Roger's working on a banner right now, and as soon as it's done, I'll make sure that gets up there. I mean, I can even just like update banner for. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Are there any like questions about this QF round or any like concerns or other things that they're like, wait, what's this other thing? Cool. Cool. Then I think we're pretty well on track with that. The one other thing that I did want to check in on related to QF is like this one issue that I think that Cherik was working on. It's like assigned to Mohammed and Cherik. That's like show archived QF rounds. So it's like there was a backend web service of the QF round ready, and this was kind of just passed to Cherik. I'm not sure like if this is like somewhere on our radars, but the purpose of this issue is basically like for fundraising and stuff. So we can kind of like show potential sponsors, like this is what the QF round looked like. Here you can see the projects that were in it and the matching pool amounts that they got. So it's like the time right now when Griff is doing this fundraising is the time that like this kind of issue would be useful to like have implemented. But so I just want to check in on it. But you know, if we're not prioritizing it, then like.
Yep, the backend is ready, and I will work on it on Friday.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, that's great. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. Then there's just one more issue that I kind of just want to mention here, but I just created it, and I think maybe you can like look at this, maybe even outside the call, Mohammed. But this is about like, you know, adding the matching funds. It's like we added the matching funds amount to the donation table, but like it says the date is December 5th, even though the funds were distributed like way before in the transaction, you know. And then also, they don't show up in the tab. Like, it's like this was an alpha round matching funds. So maybe it should show up on the alpha round tab. You know, I don't know if that makes things like really complicated because you have like tags in the back end for when the donations are made and if they're part of rounds and stuff like that. So I don't think this is really worth your time right away if you have other things you have to do, but it's like, it would make it much cleaner.
Okay, I know how to do it. Please just mention them in the issue. I just need to add some fields to the new created donation for something like QF round ID. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. So I did create the issue just before the call. I tagged you and I just posted it here in the chat then. If you can have a look. Great. Okay, cool. So updates on the Polygon QF round. I mean, basically a Polygon QF round is just like all a comms thing at this point. They're going to do the joke race contest and then it will start in January. So before that, we'll need to kind of like do some onboarding. And what we'll need to do is like basically we'll just probably need to like do a query to check to see what the controller addresses and the recipient addresses for different projects are, and then like check to see which one Polygon says is okay, and then add them into Admin Bro. So it's going to be like kind of like a weird thing adding the new projects, but they're not yet created, and I like there's nothing else we can do on that yet. So I just wanted to kind of like mention it so that you guys are aware, like especially you, Mohammed, and yeah. But other than that, cool. Okay. So then I want to move on to some GIVeconomy. There's just like a couple of issues that are like on GIVeconomy that I just wanted to get clarification on. One is this like, okay, assigning the balances for the Give Power Unipool. And I saw that just before this call, Mohammed, you sent me this this awesome thing where I guess you can basically like check to see what the balances are. But I don't know, maybe you can like walk me through this. I don't know, we could even just like have a separate call after this, but I'm still like, wait, how do I use this? What is this showing me? Because like, yeah, do we need to assign a new balance or not?
I think we should have a call with Amin as well, because I just wrapped a web service around Amin's script. So he wrote the core thing and he knows better.
Okay. Let's just have so I'll set up a quick call with the two of you and we can kind of go over it. Awesome. Okay, cool. And then the last GIVeconomy related development issue that there is just like, I wanted to revisit the incentives that we added, because it's kind of like we put them out and then Mitch was like, hey, are people dumping these Give rewards? Is this something that like we should kind of prioritize looking at? Basically, we created these issues to make Dune dashboards a while ago that would have like showed us more obviously how much rewards are, you know, being dumped and how much are being restaked, and we'd have like more visibility into it. But like without like, and then those dashboards were too hard to create and we deprioritized them and stuff like that. But I think like to have like better projections of whether or not we should continue Give Power incentives, it would kind of require like a bunch more work that we probably don't have time to do, but maybe we do. And I don't know how important this is. or if anybody has strong feelings about it.
Maybe you can just do like a one-off, like somebody, probably not even a developer, has to do it and just like sift through blockchain data and find this information out. Maybe it's a couple of hours for research for somebody like Griff or myself, and then, you know, we find out how people have been using the rewards for the last year and a half, and then we make a decision. Not
Okay.
just like creating this dashboard that we need to build and maintain or something like that.
Yeah. I don't really know how to do that though. You know, yeah, personally I don't know. Like what I just go through Etherscan. I don't know how to do this or how to find out how to do this. And like I know you're very busy and Griff's busy, and
I mean, I could put a couple hours into it. I'm not like not crazy. My RPGF thing is done, so I feel less, you know.
okay.
So
Okay.
you just want to know, like, generally, have people just been dumping, or like what percent have been dumping, what percent have been, you know, staying in the system?
Yeah, what percentage of the rewards are being like, yeah, being recycled back into the system? Then we can kind of see if the incentives are useful or not. Also, it'd be interesting just, I guess, to check for any patterns around like, yeah, I don't know, if there's any like big moments of like, and then here was a big dump, or then here was a big change, and then like try to speculate where that came from. But for the most part, I think just seeing what percentage of rewards are being restaked.
I think TJ Rush owes us a favor from True Blocks.
Oh
That
yeah?
thing he never delivered 2 years ago. No, just a thought.
What's the story there, Griff?
Remember he was going to build that like fraud like thing for givebacks, and he
but
never built it and
I
kept the money.
honestly, I don't think I trust his analysis, even though this is his job. He does the back end and da da da. I wouldn't trust him to go through and be like, do these people dump or not? Like, what did they do? I would trust you, me, or Breachies, basically.
Okay. Let me think about it.
I mean, you know, if we want to do if you did it for 1 hour and then we got together for another hour just to confirm or something, I don't know. If you want to play, or maybe we do the first hour together and we just look at some things. I'm sure that
I need to find the right tools, so it's like a lot of like just research, you know, because
I
either
just use
scan will be there
Scan.
forever. Psychopath.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not that. I don't know. It's not that. I don't think it's that hard to chase stuff on Gnosis Scan or Etherscan.
All right.
That's what I use.
All right. Cool.
Well, I can create an issue for it, and then maybe we can kind of like coordinate in there if Mitch, you want to like kind of start championing it, and if it makes sense to like set up a call or a thing, you and Griff, then that would be cool. But yeah, okay. I mean, I do think it would be nice to see if we wanted to stop sending out more rewards. But yeah, okay, cool. So then that's pretty much all the development related stuff. The other things I have here on the agenda are basically, I just wanted to give everybody an update on like possible upcoming QF rounds that are like in the pipeline. Is my screen frozen, by the way? Like I keep looking at my share screen and it looks like it's been frozen for a long time, huh? Let me
Yeah.
just... Cool. Great. So now probably you see it better. Yeah, ENS builders. We're very likely going to be running 2 rounds for ENS of 10K, like 2 successive rounds of 10K for ENS, like one in February and then like one another month later or something like that. They're like, great, next week we'll send you money. So hopefully that happens. I mean, I think it will, but you know, you never know until like everything is actually finally confirmed. So that's going to be the most likely one. They basically just want to do like a open, we're supporting public goods, but they're going to give us like some project selection criteria, and then it's just going to be pretty simple. If you're curious about like the details for any reason, I have like 3 different docs that I made for each of these organizations with their like specific round details for the QF rounds. But yeah, that seems to be the most likely one. And then Talent DAO was like pretty down for doing it, but then it seems like last minute they're like, oh no, we have like too much taxes or something to pay, so they might kind of like not go through, even though we sent them an invoice and everything. And then Metapool is like another lead that's like been like kind of like soft lead that they also wanted to run around in like kind of February, March, but it's like kind of like slow comms with them. So basically, yeah, I mean, in come January, we'll have the Polygon round, an ENS round, and then maybe like a Metapool or Talent DAO round, followed by another ENS round. So the beginning of the year QF rounds will be like pretty much like back to back to back. And then like in that note, I started like trying to create like a doc for scaling QF rounds. Basically, like a lot of it's like comm stuff, but it's like we need to decide these things, and then like this is what we do before and after the round. I'm not quite done this, but I'm hoping that in the future we can kind of have other people be running QF rounds, and like this can kind of serve as a guide there. But yeah, then yeah, with all of those things kind of like happening in the pipeline, the spec for running multiple QF rounds at a time, I just like haven't had the time to like put thought and care into it. That I think probably this will kind of get like pushed to the new year. But I definitely wanted to get a little bit of feedback on the working group proposals for the next yeah, for QF and GIVeconomy. I mean, you know, yeah. And so yeah, so that's, I mean, basically that's what I want to spend some of the rest of this call time on. Maybe we could just kind of like go through some of these issues that came up in the retreat and be like, yeah, easy win, not easy win, and I could just get feedback from whoever wants to stay in the call. But if you aren't interested in doing that, then like you could like jump out of the call, because like I said, that's pretty much all I have, unless there's other things that we should talk about here. So I guess first thing, is there anything else related to GIVeconomy or QF that's outside of working group proposal, like nuanced, let's hash it together things that people want to talk about right now? Anything that we missed? Great. Cool. Okay. Right. So then, yeah. Okay, I want to talk about these, like, so the main things that came out of the retreat for QF is like, okay, let's run simultaneous QF rounds, create like focused marketing, which I think, like, you know, we kind of agree that those are things that are going to happen, and I'll work on the spec and include that kind of in the QF round proposal. Yeah, but then there are like a couple of other things that are like, should we pursue this idea or not? One is like using the give token for matching pools for QF rounds. I do think that this is a good idea as long as there's like enough liquidity for the give token on the particular chain. But yeah. And then
I mean, it's a great idea. You don't really have to do any development, and you can just try it out and see what happens. Yeah. So we could maybe include that as kind of like the next sort of proposal, or the next.
The main thing is that we would need to have the liquidity there. So, as you said, and the only place where liquidity exists is Gnosis chain right now. But hopefully soon, optimism.
Yeah. So maybe it's like, I can kind of even just like put that like within the proposal for the working group. It's like, try to get enough give token liquidity on you know, other chains. Well, at least on Optimism. It's like that can be kind of like one of our goals, and then like start running these like QF rounds with Give. And then yeah, and then there was this idea that like only people who have Give power can donate in QF rounds. I feel like this is like a lot like more confusing or challenging to implement, but it was just like an idea that was sort of present, and anybody's like, that's a great idea, I'll leave the space for it. Cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, then there's like all of these other points on GIVeconomy. Honestly, I'm thinking like maybe going through them like one at a time is like probably not the best use of everybody's call time here. Maybe I just like need to make a clear proposal and just sort of like sift through them myself, or yeah. And yeah, because it's just like there's a lot of things that are like, okay, change givebacks like this, change give power like this, and I think that like maybe we don't even have the time to implement them, but it does need some more organization. I just feel like I'm like it's like drinking through a fire hose with so many different ideas. I'm trying to like condense them, and then I'm like, so help, but like I don't know how to efficiently do that without like wasting too much time.
I think you should just go through them and pick a few like really good ones that you like, and then come back later, you know?
Okay.
Are there any people in here that really like some of these ideas? Maybe that's worth asking.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that, yeah, I just got to do it. I feel like people are like, I don't know, I'm just here to hang out and I'm doing other work. So maybe we can just like end the call and give everybody their time back. And yeah, and then I'll just work on the working group proposals then myself for these. But yeah, so that's all I got. That's all I got. DAP call in 30 minutes.
If you need anything on making your proposals, Lauren, you know, reach out to Rochelle. She can pull you Clockify data in like a nice format. I can help you, you know, with writing the thing. So just so you know, there's some people that can support you.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch. That's great. Cool. Okay. Well,
Sorry, guys.
go ahead, Mohammed.
Do we need to be in the DAP call? It's for developers. It's for who?
Only if you care, Mohammed. We're just going to like say this is the plan for the next like 3 months, which is mostly stuff that's Crowdy has already told you about. So if you care, you can join and look at the numbers and be a part of it. But if you don't care, then there's no problem. Just, you know, you don't need to come.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining, and I'll see you next time, or maybe in 30 minutes.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Lauren. Have a good day.